This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Hello, Mama Angeles. We are moving to the next stage of this pandemic, and as the world resets to the new normal, we find ourselves seeking the balance between health and livelihood, constantly adjusting the boundaries between liberty and responsibility. Welcome to ASEAN in Focus. All right, let's start off with welcoming our special guest for today, His Excellency Ambassador Charles C. Jose, Ambassador of the Philippines to Malaysia. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the program.
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me once again to your program.
All right, sir. The last time we talked po, di ba, you were just about to repatriate some Filipinos from Malaysia to the Philippines. And ngayon po, ano po ang development po natin?
Opo, we are very happy to inform you that the embassy ay natulungan po makauwi sa Pilipinas ang 183 na kababayan po natin, at ito po ay naganap noong Tuesday, April 28 under a mass repatriation na isinagawa po ng embassy with the support of the Department of Foreign Affairs. Ito pong 183 na kababayan natin ay composed of mga kababayan natin na stranded dito sa Malaysia at mga OFWs. So gumamit po tayo ng isang palm plane which was chartered by the Philippine government, meaning that the Philippine government fully funded ito pong paggamit ng aeroplano ito. So wala pong binayaran yung mga kababayan natin na sumakay dito sa chartered plane na to.
So ano po ito? Libre po pati ang pamasahe po nila?
Tama po, no? Talagang fully funded po ng Philippine government ito pong chartered plane na to na ginamit dito sa mass repatriation na to.
Kahapon po, nag-report po si Ruby Tinawin, yung ating pong correspondent dyan sa Kuala Lumpur. At masayang-masaya po yung ating mga kababayan sa kanilang pag-uwi. Excited nga po sila.
Tama po, no? Dahil karamihan po sa kanila, yung mga turista na naabutan po ng MCO, no? At habang tumatagal po yung MCO, ay of course, nahihirapan na rin po sila sa pagtusa sa kanilang mga accommodation expenses, sa kanilang mga daily subsistence. So, malaking tulong po sa kanila finally makauwi na po sa Pilipinas.
Since the MCO or the curb order has been extended to May 12 in Malaysia, a recession being predicted this year also, ano po, how will our OFWs be affected po sa tingin nyo, and how will the Philippine government look after our OFWs just in case po, no? Just in case they are severely affected?
Well, kahit ngayon po, no, maraming sa kababayan natin ang talagang apektado na nitong movement control order, especially mga undocumented nating mga workers, pati yung mga no work, no pay type na ating mga kababayan dito. At well, sari-saring tulong po ang ginagawa ng embassy at mga attached agencies po natin, at pati na rin po yung mga Filipino community rito ay nagtutulungan po, no, mag-extend ng assistance sa mga kababayan po natin. At ngayon po, papasok na ng fourth phase, no, ito pong MCO sa Malaysia, and Malaysia is faring relatively well, no, in managing this pandemic. So, nag-i-ease up na po ang Malaysia sa kanilang mga rules and restrictions under the fourth phase. So, mas marami na pong mga services and businesses ang papayagang mag-operate full capacity. So, we are hopeful na sa lamading panahon ay hindi man totally ma-lift, ay hopefully lalo pang mas maraming businesses ang payagang po mag-operate. Nang sa gayon ay makabalik na po sa trabaho ang ating po mga kababayan.
Yung fourth phase po, can you tell us ano po yung fourth phase dyan po sa Malaysia? Ano pong itsura ng ganun? Sabihin niyo, ano pong mangyayari sa fourth phase po sa Malaysia?
Dahil every 2 weeks po, no, ang pag-declare ng MCO dito, ang pag-extend. So every 2 weeks, tinatawag nilang isang phase yun. So, pang-apat na po ito na extension. So, nasa fourth phase. At tinatawag ng Malaysian government itong fourth phase na kanilang recovery phase na. Dahil lang ang bilang po ng mga new cases, ang COVID-19 cases ay talagang pababa na pababa on a daily basis. Kaya it looks like Malaysia is managing well ito pong pandemic na to. So, nung po nag-upisa yung MCO, only essential businesses and services were allowed to operate. But in the middle of April, nadagdagan po itong listahan ng mga businesses. Nadagdag yung mga previously classified as non-essential ay pinagang mag-operate. So, ngayon pong fourth phase starting April 28 ay those businesses and services that were allowed to operate previously ay maaari na pong mag-operate 100% full capacity without the need for applying for approval from the Malaysian government.
Pero magpa-practice pa rin po nung new normal measures, yung social distancing, masks, and all that po, ano?
Opo, patuloy pa rin po yung mga precautionary measures na yan, yung mga social distancing, pag-observe ng personal hygiene, at sa pagbukas po ng mga darating mga services, they will come up with new SOPs, no? Standard operating procedures po, paano sila mag-ooperate nang sa gayon ay maiwasan pa rin po ang pag-spread nitong COVID-19 virus.
Yun naman pong dati ho, nung the last time we talked, you talked about some Filipinos who tested positive for COVID-19. You talked about some recoveries. Kumusta na po pala ang development natin doon?
So far, ganun pa rin po ang bilang, no? Total number of Filipinos nag-test positive ay 94. 61 na po na-discharge at 33 are still undergoing treatment. So patuloy pa rin pong minomonitor ng embassy ito pong 33 na nag-undergo pa rin ng treatment. At once na ma-lift po siguro yung ECQ natin, yung mga eligible po na bumalik ay tutulungan na po ng embassy na makauwi na po ng Pilipinas.
Yung po bang pagpapagamot ng ating mga kababayan dyan, libre po ba yun o paano po? O kailangan din po sila magbayad?
Karamihan po ng mga infected na Filipinos ay mga students po, no, sa madrasa. At lahat po, no, ng mga na-hospital sa mga Filipino students na to ay yung madrasa po ang sumagot ng kanilang expenses.
Okay.
Pati po yung mga gumaling na at na-discharge ay patuloy po silang binibigyan ng accommodation dahil may mga subsequent test pa po na kailangang isagawa. So, yung madrasa pa rin po ang sumasagot ng kanilang mga expenses.
In the United States, states which have just reopened are already having problems implementing social distancing. What scenario do you see here in ASEAN or in Malaysia in particular when the country reopens, fully reopens?
Well, ina-attribute ng Malaysian government, no, yung relative success nila dun sa effective implementation ng kanilang MCO at sa full cooperation po ng mga Malaysians. So, kabilang po doon yung under ng previous phases ng MCO ay talagang mahigpit na isang tao lang per household ang pwede lumabas at ang sasakyan ay dapat isa lang po ang sakay at hindi po dapat lumabas sa 10-kilometer radius, no, ang pupuntahan. Pero under this fourth phase na po, nag-relax na, pwede na pong may companion sa paglabas nakasama na member pa rin ng household at pwede na rin pong dalawa na ang sakay ng sasakyan at pwede na pong lumagpas ng 10-kilometer radius ang biyahe pero hanggang 15 kilometers po.
So dati ho, isa lang ang pwede sa isang sasakyan, ganun po, kahit malaki yung sasakyan?
Tama po, no? Isa lang po ang dapat na nagsakay ng mga sasakyan.
Now, Ambassador, there were reports of a rise in so-called MCO-linked domestic violence there in Malaysia. According to the, based on the data gathered from the Women and Family Development Ministry, if ever lang po, a Filipino experiences such an issue, where does she go or seek help?
Sa mga Pilipino pong magkaka-encounter ng any problem, ay meron po kami nakabukas na 3 hotline. Pwede pong ma-check sa aming Facebook page ang mga numero na to. At meron pong sasagot dyan, 24/7. At yung may access po sa sa social media, no? Pwede rin po sila mag-post ng any message sa aming pong Facebook at meron din pong taong nakabantay dyan sa aming email. So, lahat po ng paraan para makapag-communicate sa embassy ay open lahat po ito. At nakahanda pong tumulong ang embassy, no? Kung OFWs po sila, nandiyan po ang Polo OWA para tumulong sa mga undocumented. Nandiyan po ang Assistance to Nationals Unit ng embassy.
Alright, so far po ba may mga cases po tayong, may mga reported cases na ganito po dyan sa Malaysia po?
Wala lang po kami natatanggap, no, ng reported na increase in domestic violence. Sa kabutihang palad po.
Ayan. Mabuti naman po. Good news po yun. Yung sa kanina po, we were talking about new normal measures and how they will be implemented. Paano po yung, let's say, church worship services, domestic and international travel po? Meron na po bang guidelines po dyan?
Suspended pa rin po yun, no? Yung mga sarado pa rin po mga lahat ng flights, no? Especially mga incoming, lahat po ng foreigners ay bawal po pumasok pa rin ng Malaysia. At part pa rin po ng NCO, pinagbabawal yung mass gathering, you know. So kabilang po dyan lahat ng mga religious assemblies, social gathering, ay pinagbabawal pa rin po hanggang ngayon.
Schools, balik na po ba? Hindi pa rin po?
Wala pa rin po, no? Sarado pa rin po ang mga paaralan dito.
And the embassy, of course, kayo po.
Kami po sumusunod sa MCO dahil nakiusap po ang Ministry of Foreign Affairs dito na mag-comply at scale down operation. So, since dineclare po yung MCO, ay nagsara na rin po ang embassy at all of us are working from home.
Any message po sa ating mga kababayan and everybody watching you right now po?
Sa mga kababayan po natin dito sa Malaysia, no, ay konting tiis na rin po. At alam po namin, ang pinagdadaanan lahat ng kababayan dito, hindi po madali, no, ang sitwasyon dito, lalo na po sa mga nawalan ng trabaho. At ginagawa po lahat ng embassy ang magagawa po namin para matulungan kayo. At humingi po kami ng inyong pag-unawa, no, dahil nga po limited ang resources ng ating pamahalaan at hindi po namin matutugunan ang pangangailangan ng bawat isa. Pero nakakasiguro kayo na pagbubutihin po ng embassy, no, lalo po namin pag-itingin ang aming pong efforts, nang sa gayon ay maabot po lahat namin ang mga kababayan po natin nangangailangan dito sa Malaysia.
Maraming salamat po sa pag-alaga sa ating Filipino community there. At salamat po. Stay safe and stay healthy po para sa buong Filipino community there at para dito rin po sa amin. Mabuhay po kayo.
Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat po.
All right, that was Philippine Ambassador to Malaysia, the Honorable Charles C. Jose. All right, ASEAN in Focus. We'll be right back.
Maraming salamat po sa nurse na nag-asikaso sa amin ng anak ko kahit sobrang busy niya.
Hindi po ako iniwan ng doktor hanggang sa umayos ang pakiramdam ko. Salamat po talaga.
Thank you po sa nursing assistant na pumansin agad sa amin pagdating namin ng ospital.
Thank you so much po talaga sa lahat ng staff ng ospital, maging sa mga utility po, dahil gumaling po ako dahil sa kanila.
Ating pasalamatan at pangalagaan ang mga magigiting na health workers.
Kung magtatagumpay tayo, salamat. Kung mag-fail tayo, salamat. Ang importante po, sinubukan natin, ginawa natin yung makakaya natin.
Napatunayan ko na yung talent na binigay sa akin ng Diyos, mas may expose pa. Kaya sa mga ibang artist dyan, lalo na sa mga may kapansanan din, mag-explore pa tayo ng ibang bagay tulad nito. Huwag tayong magtago, huwag tayong mahihiya. Gawin natin kung ano yung gusto talaga nating gawin.
This program is presented by SMC Infrastructure, building a better world. Vet-approved NutriChunks, the only premium dog food with active boost for optimum energy and prebiotics that help strengthen immunity. Just like Catherine Bernardo, gawing listo ganado ang fur babies nyo. Listo ganado sa NutriChunks. Co-presented by Hubert, expert in air conditioning and electromechanical. Also engaged in structural, electrical, fire protection, plumbing, and sanitary services. Hubert, your ultimate MEPS and air conditioning solutions. Vita Herbs Philippines Green Coffee. Masarap, mabango, at healthy pa. Canrib Corporation, your ventilation and air conditioning specialist. New San Jose Builders Incorporated. Unlad Incorporated International. Fight against global poverty. In participation with Rain or Shine Elastomeric Waterproofing Paint. Color for protection for your home. Matimco. Matimco is wood. Wood is Matimco. R Square Variables Incorporated. Your trusted UPS supplier and UPS maintenance provider in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. CompuZell Computer Services, ID card and lanyard manufacturer. Saisho International Trading Corporation. DN Steel. EMAT UPVC Roof Corporation.
Skyway Stages 1 and 2, the elevated toll road system project, run from a section of the South Luzon Expressway from Alabang to Magallanes, Makati. The Skyway Stage 3 is an elevated expressway connecting the South Luzon Expressway through the existing Skyway Stages 1 and 2 to the North Luzon Expressway via Balintawak. Skyway Stage 4 is an 80-kilometer mixed elevated and at-grade toll road that will connect the existing Skyway system starting from the FTI section all the way to Bulacan.
Listo at ganado ang baby ko sa vet-approved NutriChunks with active boost and prebiotics na pampalisto. Made with real meat, with essential nutrients to help them grow healthy and happy. Listo, ganado sa NutriChunks.
The United States is giving help to gig workers in times of the coronavirus. We have a report coming in from Don Orozco. Hello, Don.
Good afternoon to all our televiewers all over the world. And
Hello,
it is exciting to see a lot of traffic these days with regards to our station. And you're right, Alma. Gig workers started yesterday because today is Wednesday night. So April 28, Tuesday, was the start of gig workers to receive the stimulus check. They can actually apply through EDD for unemployment. And just to give you an idea who these gig workers are, these are the Uber drivers, Lyft, and deliveries like GrabHub, and your Salesforce, including Salesforce people, are all considered gig workers. As a matter of fact, practically everyone that actually receives no monthly salary, but those who are receiving full commissions. Those are the people who actually is entitled to register and claim for this stimulus package. And just to give you an idea, the stimulus package actually started sending out checks to practically almost all the Americans dito sa US, and I do not know if we have it available. I sent out a picture of a stimulus letter coming from President Trump.
Yes,
informing.
I have that. Yes, the letter of President Trump. Okay.
It actually contains the reason behind the stimulus package, and it indicates there how much you got, who's the recipient. The downside, though, of that letter is that there are those who receive checks, you know, surprisingly, there are those who receive checks that have already passed away.
Oh,
They are,
so
they
paano
are
yun?
deceased. So what happens is that they were told to just return the money. But the family, the loved ones, you know how it is here in the US, they felt offended whenever they receive anything, any letters or whatever that is addressed to the deceased. So that is what they are trying to complain now, that IRS should have checked if any of these people is still alive. You know? So there's a lot actually who receive, and some of them have already passed away.
Okay. So paano yun? Do you think they will return those checks?
Oh yeah, they are actually angry, and really the reason there's a coverage of that is because they are telling the government to get the money back from us. How are we going to return this stimulus payment? And currently, here in Northern California, the Bay Area. Remember, there's 10 counties here in the Bay Area, and we are following the footsteps of Sonoma County. Sonoma County is where the most popular city there is Napa Valley. Yung Napa Valley already started opening some businesses. So, Santa Clara County, Alameda, San Mateo, San Francisco, Marin, and Contra Costa County will join Sonoma. That will start next week. They can already engage in construction. Golf courses will be open. Real estate transactions will also be allowed. And they are already considering if they will also open the flea markets. Yan yung Tiangge.
Yes. Medyo crowded yata. Medyo crowded yata yun.
And then, these counties have already decided to finally set a date ng extension. So everything is extended up to May 30 sa lockdown. So, because they were still tentative, no? But finally, they set up a date and they've extended it because there are those who put it at May 3, April 30, May 15. So they've came up with a united decision to close, to do lockdown until May 30.
Okay. So how is it looking over there?
Well, one of the things that the people are anticipating is the cure, the vaccine.
Okay.
It comes in the name of remdesivir.
Finally.
It is originally supposed to be used for Ebola virus. But then when they try it to those who are inflicted with the coronavirus, the turnaround time for them to be cleared from hospitals from 20, it goes down to about 12 days, 14 at the most. So so they're still debating on that. But one thing is sure, Governor Gavin Newsom was so upset seeing the video clips of the open beaches, which is being packed by a lot of beachgoers. So he decided, effective immediately, to close again all beaches and state parks in California.
Did that happen again?
What's that?
When they went to the beach, when people went to the beach because, so did that happen again or?
It did happen again because, again, the government reopened it. they said, okay, you can now go to the beach. But there's too many people, there's social distancing was not observed. So the governor said, let's close again the beaches and the state parks. So that's the latest here in Silicon Valley. This is Tono Roscoe reporting live, reminding everyone again to stay home, stay safe, and save lives. And yes, we live in interesting times.
Thank you, Don. All right, to Vietnam now. Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc said that rice export will now resume on May 1. And we have an update coming in. Joining us live from Hanoi, Vietnam is Ralph Randolph Empire. Hello, Ralph.
Hi there, Alma. Good afternoon, and to all of our viewers. Now, before I start my report, Alma, I'd like to introduce to you the picture behind me. It's actually the presidential palace located here in Hanoi. Yeah. So anyway, going to my report now. Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc on April 28 agreed with the Ministry of Industry and Trade's proposal to resume rice export from May 1. The Ministry of Finance was assigned to purchase rice for national reserves, while the General Department of Customs must create favorable conditions for the export of the grain. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Industry and Trade was required to coordinate with the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development on rice harvest, consumption, and export. The MOIT and localities must ask rice exporters to seriously follow the government's Decree 107 on the maintenance of the minimum rice circulation reserve and sign a deal with at least one supermarket to supply the grain when requested. It must amend and supplement Decree 107, including paying attention to the role of the people's committees of major rice production localities, especially those in the Mekong Delta and the Red River Delta. Now, according to the MOIT, the country is projected to have 43.5 million tons of rice this year, nearly 30 million tons of which is expected to be used for domestic consumption and the rest for export. Just to add up, Alma, there are rice dispensers here in Vietnam, they call it ATM, which provide free rice to people who are jobless due to the pandemic. These dispensers are provided by businessmen and donors. People just need to fall in line and required to stand 6 feet apart from each other, and also they must use hand sanitizer before receiving the rice. Now, regarding business and finance, Jones Lang LaSalle, or JLL Vietnam, said in a recent statement that multinational manufacturers have been setting up operations in Vietnam for a number of years, and this trend is poised to strengthen. I quote, "This movement has accelerated over the past 12 to 24 months, with companies looking to diversify their operations and supply chains due to the tariffs on goods exported from China to the US. More companies are expected to follow suit as the cost of production rises," unquote. There is a data from the US Census Bureau revealed a 35.6% surge in goods imported from Vietnam last year, compared with a 16.2% contraction in goods imported from China. So basically, Alma, more foreign manufacturers are now shifting to Vietnam amid COVID-19 pandemic. According to Stuart Ross, head of industrial for Southeast Asia, JLL, the data for this year will be distorted by the effects of the coronavirus on global supply chains. But the trend of manufacturing moving from China to Southeast Asia will continue. Stephen Wyatt, country head at JLL Vietnam, noted that Vietnam remains a promising market with a growing trend during the past few years of manufacturing companies looking to set up operations in the country. Companies looking to diversify their manufacturing portfolios outside China are attracted to Vietnam. Free trade agreements and the government's plans to develop Vietnam into a manufacturing hub for Southeast Asia, according to the JLL's latest market report. By the way, Alma, JLL, or Jones Lang LaSalle, is a global real estate services firm specializing in commercial property and investment management. However, Wyatt said that not all manufacturing can be easily outsourced to Vietnam because manufacturing wages in China are now more than 3 times those in Vietnam, but skilled labor in China is also higher. He noted that the sheer scale of China cannot be replicated as there are more migrant industrial workers in China than people in Vietnam. Furthermore, a large percentage of China's manufacturing is meant to serve their domestic market. Just a few more updates, Alma. The country had 270 cases of coronavirus. 222 have recovered and 48 are still in the hospital. The good news is Vietnam records no new COVID-19 cases Thursday morning, marking the 6th day without one and the 14th day without community transmission. And also, students are returning to school on May 4 as coronavirus curve flattens. Secondary and high school students will return on May 4. Then on May 11, primary and kindergartens will follow. Another news is on Wednesday, Vietnam has donated 420,000 masks from Vietnam Red Cross and Vietnam U.S. Alumni Club to American Red Cross. And also this morning, I saw in the news that a Vietnamese business tycoon has donated 750,000 masks and 16,500 PPE sets to the Philippines on Wednesday. And lastly, Alma, today Vietnam celebrates National Reunification Day. That's every 30th of April. Vietnamese raise their flag to commemorate the National Reunification Day. It marks the fall of the Saigon government on April 30, 1975 and brought the Vietnam War to an end. So I gotta say happy Reunification Day to all Vietnamese.
All right.
Alma?
Okay, thank you very much, Ralph, and happy Reunification Day over there. And stay safe, stay healthy, and I'm very happy for Vietnam.
Thank you, Alma. Reporting live from Hanoi, Vietnam. This is Ralph, Rundle Empire. We live in interesting times.
Okay, it's the third day of Alert Level 3 in New Zealand. Let's get an update. Joining us live from New Zealand is Bea Borja. Hello, Bea.
Hello, Alma.
So what are your updates for us, Bea? Am I right? It's the third day of...
yeah, it's the third day.
Okay.
Okay, New Zealand continues to gain ground in its battle against COVID-19, reporting only 3 new cases today with no additional deaths. This is the 12th day the country has reported a single-digit increase in the number of cases, even after it has been 3 days since lockdown restrictions were lifted. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, in her press brief today alongside Health Director General Ashley Bloomfield, encouraged the public to report breaches of Alert Level 3 restrictions where such behaviors are observed. To date, 1,035 such breaches have been reported to the police. Ardern mentioned that everyone has a role to play. We are members of a big team and our success is dependent on one another. Alma.
Right, very good. Thank you very much. So how is New Zealand looking right now on its third day of Level 3, Alert Level 3?
Yeah, from my observations outside, everyone is eager to get their takeaway meals and their takeaway coffee, their burgers. There are long lines outside KFC and McDonald's and Burger Fuel, and everyone is just excited to get on the food that they missed during lockdown.
I'm sure. Thank you so much, Bea, for your time, and happy birthday.
Thank you so much. This is Bea Borja reporting live from Wellington City, New Zealand. We live in interesting times.
And Malaysia's Health Ministry warns of a more aggressive COVID-19 virus mutation. We have a report coming in. Joining us live is Ruby Tinawin from Kuala Lumpur. Hello, Ruby.
Hello, Alma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Yes, you're right when you say the health ministry here said that there's a very contagious mutation of coronavirus in Malaysia right now. The Health Director General, Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, said the medical researchers here have found a mutation of the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. He said during his daily COVID-19 briefing that the Institute of Medical Research has isolated and cultured the virus and discovered that case 26 has one mutation. The mutation is very contagious variant of SARS-CoV-2 and was responsible for infecting 120 individuals. Now, for the record, case 26 had traveled to Shanghai, China in mid-January before he started developing symptoms on February 27. Now, India reportedly discovered 10 different mutated strains on Tuesday. And in total, there are 30 mutations of the virus globally, with 3 main strains of the virus. Earlier on, researchers from the University of Cambridge mapping the spread of the virus from the epicenter of Wuhan, China, discovered that it mutated into 3 distinct strains, A, B, C. A is the one that is present in Wuhan and also source of majority of US infection. Strain B is the one that is caused the majority of infection in East Asia and in Wuhan as well. And strain C is actually daughter of B, source of majority of European infection. Now, over here in Malaysia, Dr. Noor Hisham said all the 3 strains have been detected. However, IMR established that most of the positive cases detected in the first wave and the early part of the second wave of the outbreak in the country were of strain B. He added the ministry is urging IMR for now to not only conduct tests, but to also study the virus by isolating and culture it in order to find out whether there is a different strain of virus present in the country. Meanwhile, the government has subsidized about 30% of salary payments for small and medium-sized enterprises during the movement control order to avoid retrenchment and to reduce the number of people retrenched. This was the statement made according to the Malaysian representative of the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Small and Medium Enterprise Forum, Mr. Neil Fu. He said many SMEs had received the aid under the government's Prihatin Rakyat Economic Stimulus Package, which was unveiled recently by the Prime Minister. In a statement at a special web conference organized by China-based World Chinese Economic Forum yesterday, Fu said that apart from wage subsidies, several measures such as the 6 months deferment in car and housing loan repayments have given some relief to the SMEs. He also added that if the MCO ends on May 12, SMEs will need another month to gear up to sustain their businesses, saying about 70% of SMEs in Malaysia operate their businesses with less than 3 months of cash flow. However, with the assistance provided by the government under the Prihatin package, Fu was optimistic that Malaysia's economic activities would pick up, particularly in the second half of the year. Now, this is interesting. A Singaporean think tank has predicted that Malaysia's COVID-19 outbreak will be fully contained by July this year. The Data-Driven Innovation Lab of Singapore University of Technology and Design predicted that the pandemic will be 97% contained in Malaysia by May 7th. It further predicted the figure will then increase by 99% in May 20 and with full containment on July 8. DDI said it used existing knowledge of historical pandemic process patterns and continuously accumulated data of the current pandemic, making it possible to use a model-based and data-driven approach to objectively predict the end dates of COVID-19. It says the pandemic life cycle vary by countries, and different countries might be in different phases of life cycle at a specific point in time. DDI came up with this prediction by studying the underlying dynamics like population growth, diffusion of new technologies, and infectious diseases, while using established mathematical models, including the logistic models that describe a general cycle phenomenon and the SIR model that describes the spread of infectious diseases. Based on its study, Qatar will be the last country to get rid of COVID-19 on February 21st, 2021. Now, China, the country of origin for COVID-19, is predicted to fully rid itself of the virus on April 9th. Now, what about other countries? Vietnam was projected to get rid of the virus in May, Australia and Thailand in June, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore in July, Indonesia and Italy in August, US in September, Iran in October. As of today, 1,990,785 are infected worldwide, out of which 3% are serious or in critical condition. And I guess the question is, when can we start putting the COVID-19 genie back in the bottle? Alma?
All right. Thank you very much, Ruby, for all that update. We'll see you tomorrow for more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alma. Reporting live from Malaysia, this is Ruby Tanawi. We live in interesting times.
All right, to Thailand now. Pattaya City Mayor has praised the checkpoints and the mass testing during this COVID-19 crisis. And the Iglesia Ni Cristo, in coordination with the FYM Foundation, held an Aid to Humanity in Thailand's Chonburi province. We have a live report coming in from Esther Odanga. Hello, Esther.
Good afternoon, Alma.
Good afternoon.
And all around the world. So here's the latest update in Pattaya. According to the Pattaya News Today, Pattaya City Mayor Mr. Santaya Kunplum discussed the results of the city's several weeks of checkpoints, proactive testing, and overall situation with COVID-19 in Pattaya City, and said current results have exceeded expectations. Pattaya City was identified by local and provincial leaders as well as the Department of Public Health as a potential hot zone for COVID-19 virus due to the multiple factors in early April and placed into effect multiple precautions and measures to both control and detect the spread of the coronavirus. These measures included setting up a field hospital at the Grand Bella Hotel in Pattaya, proactive testing of thousands of high-risk people in Pattaya City, and setting up checkpoints and restricting access to Pattaya City to non-residents and those who do not work in the city. These measures shut down thousands of businesses in Pattaya, including city's main attraction and entertainment venues. These measures have temporarily put tens of thousands out of work, but the city leadership feels the measures were critical to help prevent any potential spread of the coronavirus in the area. Other national and provincial measures like curfew from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., closures of public spaces, total ban of alcohol sales, domestic and international travel restrictions, and bans on social and mass gatherings also substantially help reduce the spread of the virus. The mayor thanked the people of Pattaya and all of the staff involved in the checkpoints and all the medical staff of the city for their cooperation over the last difficult weeks and helping drive the positive results the city was seeing. The current restriction ends today at midnight, but the mayor stated that as the emergency decree was now extended another month, several rules like the curfew and ban on mass gatherings would stay in place. And since the national decree was extended until the end of May, and the local government is not yet giving announcement to ease some restrictions, the Filipino community in Chonburi province has also been affected by this pandemic. But there's the good news, Alma. Inspired to help people amidst the challenging times, Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, in cooperation with the Church of Christ or Iglesia Ni Cristo, launched the Aid to Humanity or Lingap sa Mamamayan to the Filipinos in Chonburi City, Sriracha, Pattaya City, and Rayong. They extended their help to 41 Filipinos who were badly affected by the crisis. Each of them got goodwill bags and they expressed their gratefulness to the Executive Minister of the Church of Christ, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, for continuously giving help amidst the pandemic. Back to you, Alma.
All right, that is good news. So how many were able to benefit from this? Do you have an idea from the Aid to Humanity in Chonburi province? When was this held?
So this was held for the past 2 weeks ago, and there were 41 Filipinos who benefited from this project of the FYM Foundation, and also they're planning to have another batch of assistance to the Filipino community here in Chonburi province.
All right, that is very good news at all. And so is Pattaya, how are the beaches though? Are they starting to open up already?
Right now, since we're still waiting for more announcement from the local government, so the beaches and parks are still closed, Alma.
Okay, but it'll be very soon since the infection and recovery rate, I think, is getting better over there.
Zero infections for 2 weeks now.
Very good. All right, thank you very much, Esther, for that update, and we'll see you soon. Stay healthy, stay safe.
Alma, and reporting live from Pattaya, Thailand, this is Esther Odanga. To live in interesting times.
All right, I think this was reported earlier by our EBC correspondent in Vietnam. A Vietnamese businessman donated a total of 750,000 masks and personal protective equipment to the Department of Foreign Affairs, whose personnel continue to facilitate on the front lines of the repatriation of overseas Filipinos and stranded foreign nationals. In a Twitter post, as you can see here, the department said Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. received over 750,000 masks, PPEs, donated by Vietnamese business tycoon and well-known philanthropist, Mr. Jonathan Han Nguyen, to help protect the DFA's frontliners against COVID-19. Now, Mr. Nguyen was represented by his son and IMEX Pan Pacific Group, or IPPG, Philippine President Henry Serrano Nguyen. The donation received by Mr. Locsin at the DFA office arrived in Manila via a chartered flight arranged by Mr. Nguyen and was made possible through the assistance of the Department of Finance, the Bureau of Customs, and other government agencies. During the turnover ceremony, Secretary Locsin expressed his gratitude for Mr. Nguyen's generous and valuable donation of PPEs, which are essential to the ongoing efforts of the DFA, not just in bringing home thousands of OFWs and overseas Filipinos from all over the world, but also in assisting in the repatriation of stranded foreign nationals in the Philippines. And social distancing measures are all but ignored at a Klong Toy Market, the wet market in Bangkok's largest slum communities. Now, locals are mingling among the narrow alleys lined with fresh produce and live animals ready for slaughter. Let's take a look. Meanwhile, Indonesians are soaking up the sunshine like never before in the hope that it will help ward off the coronavirus. Take a look.
Sebenarnya setelah pandemi sih, setelah virus corona ini ada, saya baru mulai berjemur karena emang banyak yang ngomongin kan katanya kalau matahari tuh sebenarnya dari dulu emang udah bagus sih ya, udah bagus, tapi baru-baru ini emang saya berjemur biar lebih daya tahan tubuhnya kuat aja.
All right, and that is the latest news in the ASEAN region and other parts of the world. I'm Alma Angeles, and we live in interesting times.